Okay, so well, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to the amazing day and amazing match. This is the day one grand finals presented by Liquid5 eSports, and here will be your caster for the day. It's none other than the one and only Eagle. But before we start, I'll request each and everyone, guys, to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your valuable support as well because this really becomes very much important for each of us to show the support. But eventually, if we talk about the fly path, it's a very great fly path for a good head start to be taken on. Very calm composed fly path. Maximum drop location would be covered with this fly path only. But similarly, we will also look towards the drop clashes, where we could see some more drop clashes and some more arena fights apart from those military base and Pochinki region. Talking about some early fights, this would be a pleasure. But before we start the game, I'll request each and everyone to please, guys, go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support. If we talk about the first zone formation, there you go. This is what the first zone formation looks like, and it's pretty good. It's pretty, upholded to be watched out. It's pretty decent to be watched out, and I guess for the teams, for the players at those early phase, as this is the grand finals, they should be really very, very calm, composed, upholded enough to be taken on. And let's see how will they move on, what will be the strategies for right now. But if we talk about the drop clash, there you go, some amazing fights could be witnessed on some amazing action that I was talking about is to be seen around team number 3. There you go, it's a very great weapon to watch out, DBS, and they are playing literally very phenomenally. That first pick was crucially very good to watch out, and some more fights could also be seen around those team number 20 regions. Team number 3 has got a pretty good head start to be watched out, and a pretty good head start will also help them for a great flow and for a great movement as well. But beneath those things, I'll also request each and every one, guys, so if you haven't liked the stream, please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support as well, because this really becomes important for each of us to show your support, to show your momentum, to show your love. And if we talk about team number 3, they are literally playing really very fantastically. Well, there may be some slight changes by team number 3, and some difficulties could be occurred beneath the game, but this is just a part of a game. We'll all request you to hold the seat tight, because in some time we'll witnessing one of the best fight. In some time we'll witnessing one of the best games as well, because as this is the first match, we'll also come through some another matches, which will be the match number 3, match number 2, match number 4, and each and every match will be quite tempting and quite amazing to watch out. So yes, if you haven't liked the stream, please go to hit that like button. And talking about team number 20, yes, this is what a great head start looks like. This is what a great approach looks like. Players at those early phases are waiting for now, for the time being, and let's see how will they move on. Let's see what will be their approach, what will be their upholdings, what will be the upstandings to watch out. Kill feed is quite slow right now. Kill feed is moving very slowly, very holdably, but for how much more longer time, I guess this pattern will be followed. This is the question to watch out. And there are almost 19 teams, 69 players, and this is a great head start. But talking about two different teams at a single POV, it looks like, the other side POV. Well, team number 20 and team number 40, as we can see, they're playing literally very smoothly, literally very compactly at those early phases. We can see 19 teams but 69 players, which is really something different, which was not expected, as we can see around, because players are going really very slow. Players are going really very upholded. So yes, you have opportunity, you have a task to be maintained off, and let's see how the task, how the opportunity will be tempted out, what will be their upholdings and what will be the strategies. This is also a good moment to be maintained off. Well, beneath those things, if we come back towards team number 20, they are getting a good hold. They are getting a good approach to be watched out. Team number 15, looking for those early fights, rotating around. Even if we talk about team number 5, I think they're almost around those Georgia Bull regions, which is a quite dusty region to watch out. We can see some early fights at those region as well. We could see some early clashes there as well, but I don't think so. This will be that easy. Also, a lot of the flickering, a lot of challenges could be occurred, a lot of disturbance could be occurred beneath this time. Let's see how will they follow up, what will be their standings and what will be their holdings as well. This is really very different for them. 19 teams, 69 players, they're searching for the opponents. They're searching for the players who can shut them down, or they can shut them down. This is the question arising. But talking about team number 14 again, well, it's a new team. It's team BE, four-man standing, a great team searching for some early fights. Let's see, will they have some action right now, right here? This is the question arising, but I don't think so. This will be that easy. A lot of, challenges could occur. A lot of disturbance could be occurred right now, right here. 19 teams, 69 players, as we can see, is totally arrive here. Fights, if we talk about the fights, we are going really, really very slow, really very, upholded. Let's see for how much more longer time we can go with that same instant, and for how much more longer time we can go with that same hold. This is the question arising, but this is not that easy to take on. This is not that easy to be move on. Similarly, talking about some another region, some another team number 14, well, they are moving very holdably. Apart from those region, if you look at team number 9, I think they are also looking very great, and a great hold and a great approach to be taken on. And yes, this is what a great start look like. This is what a great hold looks like. A perfect head start has been required. And beneath those things, if we talk about another few teams, well, it's team number 4 trying to rotate down, and in front of them it's team number 20 in Gatka. Some fights could be seen around. Will see some early fights, and there you go, shots has been taken down, and I don't think so this will be that easy for them. A lot of repercussion, a lot of challenges could be occurred here, but let's see. They're taking some shots, they're trying to pick some, get some hold, but this is not that easy what we were talking about. Well, before that, if we talk about team number 4, some amazing shots has been seen around. Some amazing connection is also being witnessed. But as we talk about the knocks, well, we can't see some early knocks. Well, that is really very important for them to be taken on. Some early knocks could change the game. Some early knocks could change the battle as well, but let's see how will they play, what will be their strategies, what will be the momentums right now. And there you go, it's another team at those another regions trying to take some fight, trying to give some hold, and here you go, some disturbance are being caused up, some disturbance are being chased down, and a lot of repercussion will be followed up. Team number 3 getting some early knocks, team number 3 getting some early picks will help them a lot. But I don't think so this will be that easy as well, because if we talk about their startings, it's almost they have got those 3 finishes point into their backpack, which is a good start from their side, a positive intent into the game. And yes, that positive intent could change the game a lot. If we talk about those bridges region, well, it's team OGD, Baby, Empress, VV and Soul. All of them are foremen standing out there, waiting a lot, abiding themselves, and it's 19 teams, so 65 players standing out there. Yes, they'll move with a pretty good hold, they move with a pretty good stage. 19 teams, 65 players, as we can see. Almost 4 players, only 4 players, if we talk about the players, have been eliminated from here. Not a big number to remember out, not a big task to be remembered out, but yes, this is what we're talking about. This is what we were gaining for. 19 teams, 65 players, and let's see from here how will they move on from here. How will they take on this is the question arising. Well, if we talk about some few different regions, that also becomes really very important, that where we could see some more fights, where we could see some more action. If we talk about Liquid 5 esports, Liquid 5 esports is also looking in a great hole. Liquid 5 esports is also looking in a great stance to move on with, but this will be not that easy. A lot of repercussion, a lot of challenges could be occurred. Team number 19 is being seen around. They're having a good, freezy head start. A new zone formation is being witnessed, and I'll request each and everyone, guys, that you should guess that where is the new zone formation. And I guess this is the new zone formation, what it looks like. Well, before that, I'll request each and everyone to make an a typical guess that where could be the zone formation. And here you go, this is the zone formation, what it looks like. It's totally towards those southern parts of the region. Different zone formation, a tactical zone formation at those another end. Team number 19, well, they're also trying to engage themselves into a fight, but let's see, will team number 19 be able to win this battle? This is the question arising, this is the moment. And it's none of them. It's, if I'm not wrong, PLZ getting backing off from this fight, and they have already those two finishers point, trying to be calm, trying to be composed at this moment. And this is what all requires. You have to be a little calm, little composed at this particular moment, so you can gain a few more, finishers point, and the stability which is required by your team and by your players as well. Well, that was pretty different by its Berlin. Some typical shots has been taken on, some typical action has been differentiated out, and I think this is what it was required. This is what it was mentioned by the players as well. Team number 14 and team number 3 is totally in front of themselves. A particular fight is being witnessed of, a particular game is being chased on, and let's see how will they initiate those fights, what will be the strategies, what will be the momentums. This is not that easy, but yes, a lot of challenges could be occurred. Well, before that, I'll request each and everyone, guys, you to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support. We were talking about the fights. This fight is particularly, a bit awaited. Talking about team number 3 right now. They are, waiting right now. The time being, they're being very slow, very steady to be witnessed of. And if I talk about the Liquid 5 esports, I think they will initiate few more fights from here, because the bridge region is not looking typically that slow. Mew Mew, Ashi, all of them are looking very aggressive from here. It's team number 6, but team number 3, they are trying to be a bit calm, a bit composed. Some action has been seen around Stalwart eSports. Well, there you go. This team is looking literally very phenomenal, literally very holdable. I guess this could be very crucial and difficult for them to be chased on. Let's see how will they move on. Let's see what will be the strategies as well. But I don't think so. This will be that easy. Some amazing shots could be seen. It's a Stalwart eSports looking in danger, looking down to 3 man, and they should be really be composed and calm enough right now, because I don't think so this will be that easy. Team number 18 looking really very difficult and in a challenging phase with team number 18, and in front of them is none other than a team, sorry if I'm not wrong, and they should be also awaited for this fight. It's team number 8. Both of them are looking really very aggressive. We see a one-on-one fight from both side. I think this is what it looks like. It's Ravan03 and Basant getting a revival there. Some early healings would be applied. Some early shots would also be applied, and let's see how will they move on. What will be the strategies as well. But right now, I think they should be a bit calm, composed, moving with that synergy between the team. They're having the man disadvantage, so it would be better if they get a fall back behind. That could give a lot of challenges and a lot of faith to the team as well. Well, if we look at team number 18 as well. I think they're also looking in a good hole. They're also looking in a good position to maintain off. And I think this could also change the game. This could also change the scenarios from here, I guess. And yes, the scenarios would be pretty difficult for them. Team number 8, looking strong. STALWART eSports, they got a pretty good start with those four finishes into the backpack. The zone formation, the zone distribution was pretty good. And team EDT, if we look towards this team, I think they are also a bit aggressive here. They're also having a pretty good hold. They're also having a pretty good momentum. So let's see what will be their upstandings as well. Well, back to team number 8. I think they're also waiting around. They're also moving around very slowly, very composedly. Berlin. Well, she's that player looking for a hole, looking for that positioning, and I think she is looking in trouble with that DBS into her hand. And yes, this is looking a bit troubling for them. We have onto the another end. It's one another team, Liquid5 Esports. So let's see how will they fight, what will be the strategies. This is a one-on-one battle to look on with. It's Quinn Chan getting those shots. Ashi is on the go. Some amazing grenades, some amazing throwables have been used, and a perfect game is being built around. A perfect start has been done around by this team and Liquid5 Esports. So finally, they'll get the battle. Ashi coming with a great grenade to watch out. And Liquid5 Esports, they were searching for a good head start, and finally, they got a great head start from their side. 14 teams onto the game. 46 alive players, and a perfect match is being built on. With a perfect match, and new zone formation is also being witnessed, guys. I'll request each and everyone to guess the new zone formation, how it looks like, where it could be shifted towards. And yes, if you haven't decided yet, if if it's not decided yet, I'll request each and everyone to go and decide the zone formation. And this is what a new zone formation looks like. And there you go, a perfect great zone formation from their side, a perfect hold from their side. And let's see how will they move on. Let's see how will they take on the scenarios of first zone formation. It looks really very great. It will move towards the fight. Well, team number 13 trying to initiate some more fights, trying to initiate some more upholdings. And let's see what will be their upstandings as well. This is really very difficult for them, because as we can see, we are coming to the end game. We are coming to those final blow, because only 14 teams, time by time, as the time will move, we'll also get some early fights as well. Well, beneath those things, if we look towards those query regions, if we talk about team number 13, well, this is literally something different. They're trying to initiate some fights, they're trying to get upholded, but it's none other than team DGO looking very aggressive enough in front of them. And this is what a perfect fight looks like. Vivi on a hold down the ground and above the hill. It's none other than the one and only if I'm not wrong, it's Schwick, and they have got a few finishes point. A great head start from their side, a great approach from their side, and a perfect match also to be taken on. 13 teams, 40 players, what it looks like. The zone formation was pretty good. The zone areas was pretty hitting at a good positions. But again, the question is same, for how much more time they can maintain the same consistency and same upholding. This is the question arising, and I guess this could be really very difficult for them to be chased on. Well, on to the another end, it's team number 10 looking in a great position. It's OR Coral standing there very hard enough, coming up with some grenades, coming up with some throwables, and looking really strong, looking really upholded. 13 teams of 40 players, some amazing shots has been taken around eventually. And yes, this is pretty difficult for them to be maintained on. A lot of challenges, a lot of difficulties is been seen around, and let's see how will the teams, let's see how will the players now respond out, and what will be their strategies as well, because I guess from here to the end game this would be really very difficult to be maintained on. Well, from both the side the weight is on, the holdings are totally on, and let's see how will they go on, what will be their standings, what will be their holdings, because it's really very becoming very difficult for both of them, both of the teams, because the weight is done by both the teams. They are trying to hit those grenades onto the right point, they're trying to hit the grenades onto the right areas, but still they aren't successful, and it's a 3v scenario what it looks like. It's a 3v area, and there you go, some amazing tracing has been done. The vehicle was shattered down, the vehicle was damaged a lot, and I guess now this is the time where both the teams will come in front of each other and a fight could be witnessed out. Well, let's see how will they move on, and what will be their upholdings, what will be the strategies. But right now it's looking really very difficult. It's really looking very challenging for them to take in on 13 teams, 38 players, a 4v3 scenario. Revival is being done, a head start is being given, and now you have to build the game. Now you have to build the game over the base, and it's looking pretty tough. It's looking very pretty challenging for them to be mentioned of. Well, as we can see, both the teams have disengaged themselves from the fight, and I guess they have decided to get inside the zone, get the areas inside the zone, and which is really very important for them as well. Talking about Team STALWART eSports, Team STALWART eSports is also looking in a great position. They're trying to get those grenades, they're trying to get those throwables onto those right point, onto those right areas, but team number 10, they're still waiting on. Talking about STALWART eSports, so it's Liquid5 eSports, and a difficult scenario, a difficult challenging area has been built of some amazing grenades and throwables, and there you go, this is what we were talking about, this is what we were looking for. Another area, it's team OG trying to create some more fights, different region, different fights. We'll try to cover each and every fight, guys, in different POVs, and some grenades, some throwables. It's team OG, I'm sorry, it's team DG. Pilsy has been taken down. Another player, Caddy, the lone ranger for the team, is surviving right now from right here, and a lot of challenges could be occurred, a lot of difficulties could be occurred from here as well. Well, if we talk about team number 18, it's STALWART eSports Wisdom, totally targeted Liquid5 eSports, totally is on the area of Liquid5 eSports, and then the team, it's Team Bull. They are 3 men standing with those 9 finishes point. Liquid5 eSports looking in trouble, not having a great start, not having a great potential from here, but yes, they don't have a cover, and now they are facing the issues, now they are facing the problems which we were talking about. Well, if you see the Liquid5 eSports point of view, it's not looking that good, and a vehicle explosion will take them down. And finally, they'll see the lobby from here, which is not fruitfully a good sign, which is not fruitfully a good hold to be mentioned. But 11 teams, 27 players has been seen, and this is the stage 5 what we were talking about. And team number 3, as we can see, they're also having a good hold, they are also having a good position, good finishers point, and let's see how will they use this position, how will they use this holdings. Some amazing shots has been witnessed out, and there you go, this is what we were talking about. Team number 3, one player has been taken down, Banton OG Chaos, as we can see, still waiting around those regions, is still holding around those regions. 9 teams, 23 players, it's Bull My Chaos. Finally some shots has been seen. 8 teams, 19 players, and finally we are on the top 8 teams and top 19 players. So some amazing fights of a different region we can witness around. Well, I'll request each and everyone, guys, so to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support as well, because this becomes really very important from each of you to show your support. And this is what the end zone fight looks like: different teams, different angles, and the aggression is also very much real for them. Team number 7 on to the other end, looking for a great holdable start, looking for a great holdable approach. And the question is still the same: will they able to get the game? Will they able to get the scenarios? If we, you know, look towards the zone, it's really looking very difficult, it's really looking very challenging. Team VGS is down the ground, and let's see how will those down the ground regions help them out. And some amazing shots. Oh ho ho, that was a cheeky grenade. And this is the part of the highlight. This would be a part of highlight, because that grenade made a lot of difference. And both teams, if I say both teams, will be now in front of each other. An amazing battle could be seen around. Team number 9 is there, team number 4 is there, and the battle is totally been on. Well, 5 teams, 12 players. Luna, well, is still moving on, still waiting on. The AKM is a great weapon, but team number 9 versus team number 4. This is a battle what we were talking about. This is the game what I was mentioning for, and the perfect game has been built on. The perfect area has been built on. They are hitting on the right points. They are hitting the charge very greatly and very precisely. I guess they'll get the chicken dinner, because having the man advantage, having the areas into their side is always advantage. And EDT, they are down the ground, and this is what making a difference. You should change your position, you know, aggressively, time by time. Only 4 teams and 10 players could be witnessed from here. Well, similarly, I'll request each and everyone, guys, so if you haven't liked the stream, please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream. Top 4 teams, top 10 alive players, as I can see, is still here, and this is a difference to watch out. This is a challenge to be maintained of. 4 teams, 10 players. A chicken dinner has been built off, but still a very struggling time for the players. Well, 4 teams, 9 players. VGS is still waiting on. In front of them, it's team INCO, EDT, Soul Basant looking with a great head start. Maha is also having a great position. Maha is also having a great hold to be taken on. Team EDT with a good position. None other than its team Nico, looking really very difficult, looking really very challenging. And there you go, EDT has been taken down. Some difficult task has been given to them. VSG is above the ground. They will try to initiate themselves in this fight. Will they able to get those finishes point? 14 finishes point into the hand of EDT, and they're playing literally phenomenally in this game. And there you go, the shots have been pampered out. EDTA will see the way towards the lobby, and now the top 2 teams, top 4 alive players has been witnessed. Amazing game could be mesmerized out. Amazing I think chicken dinner could be mesmerized out. Team number 9, the Lone Ranger Bubbles, is still standing there, and let's see which team will get that winner chicken dinner. 2 teams, 3 players. This is looking like a 1v2 scenario. Bubbles hiding behind the stone. For how much more time she will hide? This is the question arising, and I don't think so this is truly possible. A lot of repercussion, a lot of challenges could be seen here, and let's see how will they go on. Finally the winner chicken dinner is coming to none other than the one and only, it's a team Soul with those 7 finishes point into their backpack, and a great head start, a great, I'll say a great winning onto their side. But before that, guys, this was the first match of the day, and I'll request each and everyone to please go do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support as well, because we'll be coming up with few more matches. Till then, stay tuned and keep supporting us. ओके सो वेल देवियर सज्जनों स्वागत है आप सभी का आज के स्ट्रीम पे एंड हियर लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन आई वेलकम यू ऑल टू द अमेजिंग मैच ऑफ द डे एंड दिस इज द सेकंड मैच ऑफ द day presented by Liquid5 eSports and here's your caster for the day. It's Eagle. But if we talk about the fly path, first match of the angle was really very beautiful to watch out, and if we talk about the second match, well, the flypath is looking pretty good, starting from those northwestern part of the region and ending towards those south eastern parts of the region. A very typical, a very doable flypath to be watched out. And let's see how will the teams, how will the players perform out, what will be the strategies, what will be the momentums to be challenged out. And if we look towards the team, well, few teams are still been ruling out. They still have some opportunities, they still have some hold to be gained on, and let's see how will they move on and what will be the approach for the time being. But before that, before we start, I'll request each and everyone to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support, because this really becomes very important for you to do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream, and do show your support. But typically, if we talk about some fights, typically if we talk about some actions, well, it's team number 3. They'll try to engage some fights, but right now the lobby is looking very calm, very composed, very doable, very holdable. And let's see for how much more longer time they will go with that same indulgence. They will go with that same hold or same progression. But school, this is the region where we go to study, but right now it does not looks like that. It is not looking like that. It's not looking that sophisticated, that holdable. And let's see what will be the strategy. Typically, onto the other end, if we look at team number 10, they're also having a great hold. They're also having a great approach to be maintained off. And how will they move on? This is also a task. This is also a question to be asked for. This is also a question to be taken for in front of them. It's another team. Well, at those apartment regions, well, multiple teams have been progressed off, and the zone is totally towards those northern parts of the region. The fights is totally not into the action, but Team EDT last match was not good for the team. But this match, they will still search for a good head start. They will still search for a good upbringing and upholding. Let's see, will they able to do that or not? This is the question arising. Well, at the same intent, I'll request each and everyone to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support to each and everyone, because this really becomes important for us to be maintained of. This really becomes important for us to show your support. But 20 teams, as we can see, and 79 players are still on the go, and a good head start has been maintained of Yasna Poliana. Well, this is the region what we were talking about. Yasna Poliana, this is the area what we were talking about. Multiple teams go at those region as well for the fights, go to those region as well for the action. And I guess this is not a particular region to be taken on. I guess this is not a particular region to be maintained of. A lot of repercussion, a lot of challenges could also be seen around team number 15, going with a very steady slow start. 20 teams, 79 players. The lobby is totally been custom packed. The lobby has been totally been mesmerized. But at the central part of the region, team number 12, Ankron, its team, well, I think they should be little awaited, they should be little holded, and I guess this is a difficult task for them to be chased on. Well, at the same time, moving towards team number 12, well, they're also going with that same hold. They're also going with that same approach and same momentum from their side. The game is moving really very slow. The game is moving really very upholded, and a lot of challenges I guess could be seen around a lot of difficulties. I guess could be seen around Team ARG also getting a good hold. Team ARG also getting a good approach, and a lot of upholdings. A lot of difficulties could be maintained out. Let's see how will they challenge out the progression. Let's see how will they challenge out the holdings. This is looking really very difficult for them. In front of them, it's a different team. Team ARG. How will they perform? This is also a question rising, but we couldn't see a rotation clashes or drop clashes, something like that, which will make the match really very interesting. But the match is going very slow, very calm, very composed. And let's see for how much more longer time they can go with that same flow, for how much longer time they can go with that same intensity, because I guess this is really very difficult for them to be taken on. Well, on to the other end, looking at team number 20, they're trying to get some upholded position. They're trying to get some upholded areas. Stalwart Esports, the first match was really very good for the team, but this match is yet to be started. This match is still yet to be upholded. But there you go, Violet. You have been taken down, your beauty, and team number 5 came with that surprise attack. Duka onto the other end will still try to come in and make a change, make an impact, but I don't think so. This will be that easy. Team EDT coming again in the action, coming again in the game, and a lot of challenges could be seen around, a lot of difficulties, I'll say, could be managed around the areas, could be managed around the holdings. But team number 4 again, they're back in action, trying to get some more picks. Different teams, different position, different fights is being witnessed out. But onto the other end, there you go, some amazing shots has been taken down by team number 4, and they are still trying to maintain the same holdings. They are still trying to maintain the same positionings, and a lot of difficulties is being mentioned of. Well, there you go, team number 2 and team number 4, team number 10. These teams are trying to initiate the fights continuously into the game. And if we look at the areas, well, once apart, it's team number 10 trying to engage those fight, and now it's a different team trying to engage those momentum. It's really looking very difficult for them to be taken on. It's really looking difficult for them to be moved on. But there you go, some amazing shots have been seen from both the teams and both the players. Well, at the end, if we talk about a few more fights, some northern parts of the region, well, teams again coming close to each other, again coming close to those areas, again coming close to those positionings, and changes could be seen around, and difficulties could be seen around by the players and by the teams as well. Well, talking about the front row, talking about a few other players, it's Neymar and Achenas 22 getting the hold on to the right point, on to the right areas, and still waiting for the same position, still waiting for the same holdings. It's looking pretty challenging. It's looking pretty upholded. Let's see how will they take on the scenarios, what will be the approach, what will be the standings. But right now, 19 teams, as I can see, is still witnessing off, and at those another point of the game, it's team number 5 trying to initiate some more fights, and there you go, that was a pretty cheeky shot, and some back-to-back action has been seen around by some different teams, and the game is totally been very interesting and intense. Well, on to the another end, it's team number 12. Both the teams are very close to each other and trying to initiate this fight very fantastically, very aggressively. And I guess this is not the start. A lot of other, witnesses, a lot of other, challenges could be seen around. 19 teams with 70 players. Let's see how will they play off. Let's see what will be their upstanding. Let's see how will they play on. And still, I don't think so. This is the game what we were talking about. Still, I don't think this is the game what we were looking for. 5 teams, 12 players, and the game is still very aparted and young. Well, for now, the time being, I think both the teams have differentiated the fights, but team number five, they are something or the other onto the different game to be maintained of, trying to engage the fight properly from the other teams, properly from the other players as well. And I guess this is really very different. This is really very challenging for them to vote on with. This is really very unwilling for them to be chased on with, and team number five not looking a good approach for their opponents because the way they are playing, I think it's really very different. 19 teams, 68 players, the time is running out, and I guess this is still a difficult task. This is still a difficult hole to be maintained off, and I guess a lot of challenges could be seen around. Well, beneath those things, I'll request each and everyone, guys, to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, talking about team number 22. Also looking at a great approach, and there you go, some amazing DBS shots have been seen around. Will those DBS and S2LK shots make a difference? Will that make a mark here? Will that leave a approach here? This is the question surviving. This is the hold to be maintained on, and let's see. I don't think so this will be that easy. I don't think so this will be that upholded to be checked on. But yes, 22 teams, so 66 players are still waiting on DBS. Well, this weapon is totally on the roll, and the last player is still standing abide, and the last player is still holding abide the regions. Will they able to get those positioning? Will they able to get those holding? This is the question arising, and I guess the question is way too difficult to be taken on. Well, that was a cheeky shot. That was pretty amazing, and the shot was pretty good by the players. But at the other end, team number 12, they are trying to initiate some more fights. They are trying to initiate some more momentums out of here. They're trying to initiate some more engagement out of here, and let's see how will they play on. Let's see what will be the whole things, because if we talk about team number 12, last two players are standing. They are waiting. They are standing very holdably, very steadily, and things could be aparted. Things could be changed. Things could be different from here, and let's see how will they take on this game. Well, I'll request each and everyone to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support, because this becomes really important for each of us to, guys, do like, subscribe, share, and support. It's the part of the game. It's the part of the holding, and yes, if we go with that same intensity and same holdings, a lot of repercussions could be changed also. But team number 12 still holding the same place, still holding the same areas. A new zone formation has been seen. Liquid5 Ashi, if we talk about this particular player, she is playing totally phenomenally. She is playing very steadily, very calmly, and very composedly. Let's see for the upcoming times how we can move on. Well, beneath those things, I'll request each and everyone, guys, to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support, because as we can see, this is the team number 13 getting a good head start, and a lot of challenges could be seen, but there are some technical glitches as well. And I'll request each and everyone, guys, to please do like, show your support, because your like becomes really very important. It is the supporting role for each of us, and let's see how much you support us. Well, if we talk about the Liquid5 eSports, they are trying to get some more fights. Ashi, the Lone Ranger for the team, are trying to get those survival areas onto the right point and to the right areas. And let's see for how much more time Ashi will try to defend the battle from here, for how much more time she will give an intense fight to their opponents, to her opponents as well. But this game is not looking that easy. This game is not looking that holded enough. Ashi is still looking in trouble, and a push could be seen around. If any one of the player has been taken from here, a lot of trouble could be defended out. Well, at the same time, please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support as well, because this really becomes very important for each of you to show that show the support constantly. And Team Liquid 5 esports not looking a great hold, trying to hide, trying to be safe, trying to be composed. And yes, this is very different for them. This is very astonishing for them to be taken on a very different start, a very different game. And this different start, this different game could also change the parameters, change the parameters of the game, change the parameters of the winning. And let's see how will these affect the players, how will they affect the enemies as well, because this is really looking troubling for the team. Liquid 5 esports is still waiting on, they're not initiating themselves into any fight. In front of them it's a different team, team number 17. Let's see how will they play off, what will be their holdings as well. But beneath those things, we'll also move toward the zone formation, because as we could see, some challenges is observed out. Zone formation is also pretty much different, and I guess there's no delay on the stream, so players could do some cheating as well. So we are going with that, a slow and steady without zone formation. We'll be visiting some few more games. Well, on to the other end is, if we talk about team number 10, well, they're totally waiting on, they're totally going on with a good approach, with a good hold. New zone formation, if I talk about, has been seen around. And let's see how this looks like. And somewhat it looks like this. And I guess this would be really very difficult for the team, because it's totally been shifted towards those central parts of the region. A very difficult, a very unknowing, a very challenging location to be chased on. And yes, this is really difficult for them to be maintained off. And in front of them, if we look at other things as well, team number 10, which is totally I guess they're not inside the zone but at the edge of the zone, and a lot of fights. If I talk about a lot of fights, yes, 15 teams and 51 players are there, so a lot of fights could be seen from here. Different teams, different players, and different results. And there you go, it's team number 20. And finally, the engagement of the fights has been started out. It's Team Soul as well, if I'm not wrong. They are also trying to initiate themselves in the fight. Different teams, and the action is totally loud enough to see the game. Well, team number 20 not looking that aggressive enough, not looking that holdable enough, and things could change a bite down. Western part of the region is still very, silent, very compressive. And yes, this is really something different what we were talking about. 14 teams, 46 players, as we can see, is still ongoing. And I think this is a tough task for them to deal out. How will they move on? Team number 10 going with that same steady approach. In front of them, it's a different team. Will they take some shots? Yes, they have taken the shots. Team SA12 were not comfortable there, and it's another team. And if I talk about this team, it's team number 16, looking in a different phase to be maintained on. Well, I guess things could be stubbled out. I guess things could be changed from here. But there you go. Some amazing shots are being seen. Yet 11 teams, 39 players. Back to back teams and players are trying to indulge themselves into difficult tasks and get those finishes. But then some tap shots could also be seen around. And yes, a great holding, a great head start is been visited out, a great movement has been chased out. 11 teams, 37 players, as we can see, is still rolling down the line. Team number 16 is also on the way. Different teams, different players, and the game is also looking really very different for them. I'll request each and everyone guys to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel. Looking at team number 10, they're really very aggressive, but going with that same flow and same intent. Liquid5 eSports, if I talk about this team, they have lost Ashi with those 2 finishes point into their favor, which was not that good, but yes, a pretty good movement was done, a pretty good hold was done, and changes could also be visit out. 9 teams, 31 players. Let's see how will they take on the scenarios from here, how will they build the game from here. Challenges are pretty difficult, challenges are pretty, out of the game, but yes, still they have a chance to make a good comeback from here. Coming back to team number 9, yes, I think I'm sorry, coming back to team number 10, and yes, they're also having a good start and a good position out of here. Team EDT is totally in a big split, which is really very different for me and for the team as well to decide that where they should shift, what should be their upholdings, what should be their planning for now to be taken on, and challenges could be witnessed out. Think this is not enough for 9 teams. 31 players are still holding on, and there you go, some amazing fights has been seen. Team number 10, well, there you go, the action is totally been departed out and the game is totally on. Team number 8 at those different regions, different teams, different action, and the result is also pretty much different to be taken on. Well, 8 teams, 28 players. Looking at team number 10, they're looking in trouble, and yes, this trouble could build their game. Team number 4 onto the other end is still trying to get some more finishes point, and onto the other end, it's a different team. Team number 9 also coming back in action. Different teams, different fight, and different action is being chased out. A lot of trouble is being seen, a lot of difficulties is being seen, but I guess players are still trying to tap it out with those grenades, throwables, and just double it out, but I don't think so this is that easy. 17 19 players back to back, challenges, back to back difficulties is been chased off, and let's see for how much more time they will be able to maintain that same hold, they will be able to maintain that same consistency, same belongings, or there will be a change in the game. Well, 6 teams, 16 players. Time by time, we are coming to the end game. Time by time, we are coming to the end phase. And a lot of repercussions, a lot of challenges is being delivered out. And let's see how will they take on the scenarios. Let's see what will be the results, what will be the upholdings. But before that, I'll request each and everyone guys to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream, do show your support, because this really becomes important to show your support. Top 6 teams and some amazing shots has been taken, and it's a team EDT coming back in action, and that to the at the end game. Team number 9, they're also playing literally very phenomenally. Liquid5 eSports, they're still waiting on, and yes, they have the chance, they have the potential, and now it's the time to show the results. Well, what do you guess? What do you make a guess, guys? Will Liquid5 eSports get this winner chicken dinner, because they're 3 men standing, having a good head start, having a good positioning, having a good game, will give them a good potential, but I don't think so this will be that easy enough. A lot of repercussion, a lot of challenges could be witnessed out. 4 teams, 10 players, and here you go. Here what it looks like, but yes, some challenges is being witnessed also. Typically, I'll request each and everyone, guys, to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support. But this typical fight between Liquid5 eSports and team number 9 would be really very great to watch out. How will they perform out? What will be the results? What will be the holdings? A very difficult task to be maintained off, a very difficult scenario to be chased off, but I don't think so this will be that easy. I don't think so this will be that fruitful enough. But there you go, some shots has been taken out. Team number 9 is still trying to push in, and there you go, it's Quinn-chan. Amazing shots and amazing gameplay from Team Liquid5 eSports. Bubbles were that last player standing, but Team EDT was a Team Liquid5 eSports. They are very close to that winner chicken dinner. 10 finishers point into their backpack. They're almost on the top 2 game. But yes, I think this could change the game. Yes, this could change the momentum. 2 teams, 4 players, and from here to there, it's a long way. From here to there, it's a long hole. Let's see how will they maintain of the scenarios and what will be the upholdings. Will they able to get that winner chicken dinner? This is the question rising. Well, typically few shots are being seen around. Some amazing shots could be witnessed around, but I don't think so this will be that easy. I don't think so this will be that fruitful enough. Difficulties is the part of the game. Difficulties is the part of the holdings. But yes, you should be typically very much ready. Yes, you should be typically very much upholded to be taken on. Some amazing grenades, some amazing throwables are being done, and a lot of challenges could be seen around. 1 team, so 3 players, and an amazing winner chicken dinner is seen around. It's none other than the one and only Liquid5 eSports, which was pretty much obvious for us to be seen. The way they played, the way they defended with those, I guess, 12 finishes point, if I'm not wrong. Yes, I guess it's 5 plus 5, 10 finishes point. Yes, 10 finishes point. I think that was totally phenomenal. But as I said, guys, this was the second match of the day. Continuously we'll also get to see few more matches. Till then, what do you have to do? You have to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates. We'll take a short break. We'll meet after a short break. Till then, stay tuned and keep supporting us. Okay, so well, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to this amazing day and to the amazing game. Well, this is the third match of the day. A very fantastic game is going on throughout the day. Well, third match, the same map of Erangel, and I request you all to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support, because this really very becomes important for each of us to do the to show the support and to show the love. But typically, if we talk about the first zone formation, well, there you go, it's very similar to the first zone as we look in the first match. So yes, a very good game is moving on, a very good game is going on. And yes, if you haven't liked the stream, I'll request you to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support as well. And if we talk about team number 3, well, this is a pretty good head start to be taken on. But yes, this time it's about multiple drop clashes. Yet it's not about 1 or 2 or 3, it's about a very different multiple drop clashes. And let's see how will they take on, let's see how will they move on, and what will be the results as well. But yes, a very difficult game is going a very difficult game is be going to be taken on. And yes, a lot of trouble could be seen. Almost if we look like 20 teams, 78 players, we can see around the game, and good game has been built on. But before that, before we move forward, guys, I'll request each and everyone to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support, because your support is really what we need. Please hit that like button if you haven't liked the stream, and please do show your support. But typically, if we talk about the fight, team number 12 is looking really very aggressive in this game. And team number 12, they initiated themselves in the early phase of the fight and at those different angles. If we talk about, there are a few different teams what we look forward for. Well, there could be some glitches, I guess. So yeah, just a second, guys. I'll I hope there's no problem on the stream. If there's any problem, you can, share your opinions on the comment section below or the chat sections below. But yes, if you haven't liked the stream, please go do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream to your friends, to your mates. Do show your support, because this is what we ask for, this is what we go for. And there you go, the fights has been started at different regions, so be it Yasna Polyana or be it Katka region, different region, different teams, different fight, and different entertainment is being witnessed out. Well, beneath the time, as we can see, a typical difficult part of the game wherein Yasna Polyana has been built out. Let's see how will the team tackle it down. But if we talk about team number 15 players, I think there you go, some cause of overcommitment. And now Joki, he is being that solo player standing for the team, looking in a tough times, looking in trouble. Let's see how will he manage to get those positioning, how will he manage to get those holdings. But yes, a tough task to be chased on, tough task to be maintained on, and I don't think so it will work for a longer period of time. I don't think so this will work for a longer period of go. But yeah, a difficult task to be taken on. Team number 15 is still trying the level best. Talking about the other team, well, one team is not trying to initiate the fight. There are different teams with different source of examples. And at those another region, team number 12, well, they're also looking in action. Some amazing fights has been witnessed there also. So yes, I guess the region is very sophisticated for the time being. And yes, let's see how will they move on. Talking about both the teams, so team number 9 and team number 12 in front of each other with the Scarl, a very limited cause of time and a very limited cause of weapon. Let's see how will they chase on. Well, team number 9, team number 12, both are in front of each other. and let's see how will they take on the scenarios. 18 teams, so 69 players, a tough task to be taken on, a very difficult task to be moved on. And yes, the battle is almost looking like a 2v3 scenario. They're still waiting on, they're still going on. If you talk about Masara, he's having a good hold, he's having a surprise attack position. Let's say we'll be able to, build that position into a good hold, or build that position into a good engagement. But I don't think so this will be that easy, or this will be that possible enough. But yes, if you go with that same holding, if you go with that same positioning, the game could be changed, and a lot of appliances could be also be applied. But yes, team number 12 with a different mindset, they're still trying, they're still waiting, and let's see for how much more time the wait is going to be on. But I guess team number 9, they are witnessing the fight, but amazing spray is coming down the lane. And team number 12, they did that very beautifully. One player has been taken down, and I guess he's been eliminated as well. But apart from this, we'll move towards some more fights and see that how those fights are being initiated and what are their results as well. Well, team number 3 also trying to indulge themselves in some moment. Team number 3 also trying to indulge themselves into some repercussions, but going with that same hold, going with that same approach, I think will not allow the team and not allow the players as well. But team number 3 very close to their enemies, and in a close combat game, things could be a forgiven. In the close combat game, things could be challenged, and let's see how will they challenge the game, how will they challenge the positioning, and what will be the results as well. This is also a very hold to be maintained of. Well, typically until the end, if we talk about team number 16, they're also trying to initiate some more fights, where they're also trying to initiate some more momentums, some more engagement in the game. And I don't think so this will be easy enough. I don't think so this will be holdable enough to be checked on. And yes, they're going with that same holdings, they're going with that same upbringing. 18 teams, so 63 players. Think are still moving on. Team number 3 having those man advantage into their favor. Still, they are really very slow. Still, they are are really very upholded. 18 teams, 63 players at those early phases. We see very less fight, I guess, and those fight will make difference at those end game. If you do not engage yourself into fights, there will be a difference. There will be a change in the scenario, and that change will be witnessed very soon. But yes, a new zone formation could be witnessed very soon. Before that, you have to hit that like button, guys, subscribe the channel, share the stream, show your support, because this is really very important for them, for you as well, and for us as well. Because yeah, we need your support, truly and truly. But as you were talking about your zone formation, there you go. Very soon zone has been formatted, and this is what a new zone looks like. This is a what new zone been a witness like. But let's see for how much more longer time they could go with that same intent and same approach. Challenges has been occurred out, difficulties has been occurred out, and you have to defend the challenges, you have to defend the aggression, and then you have to move on from here and there. And let's see how will they play on, and what will be the results as well. Well, typically talking about team number 19, I guess they are looking not in a great head start. Team number 5 trying to initiate some more fights again and again, and there you go. It's Veg Masala. That was a good fight. That was a good shot. I think, and yes, back-to-back fights, back-to-back aggression, back-to-back knocks and picks. This is what the entertainment looks like. This is what the game looks like. And yes, this is typically the second zone, and you can get a good comeback out of here as well. Well, typically onto the end, it's team number 19, and I have taken a short, just 30 seconds water break because there should be some water break for the casters as well. We also get thirsty by speaking a lot for another, 2.5, 4 hours. So yes, we need a typical a small water break. But beneath those things, I'll also request each and everyone, guys, to please go do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support because your support is very, very, very much needed to us, to the players as well. But to the another side, it's team number 3 waiting, beneathing, breathing, and let's see for how much more longer time they will go with that same intent. But it's team number 5 getting back in action, and this team is very lethal, I guess. Different teams, different fights has been taken around the game, has been witnessed around the areas, and yes, the players are looking really, really very fantastic to being changed off. Well, at the same time, I'll request each and everyone to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream, and show your support. Team number 3 looking in a good hold, trying to initiate some fight, trying to get some finishes point. This not looks that easy, but yes, they're still going with that same approach and same hold. I think it's really very difficult for them to acquire the positioning. It's very difficult for them to acquire the holdings, but Stalwart Esports in front of, if I'm not wrong, it's none other than the one and only team IWT. It's Duka standing really very hard, standing really very strong. At the other end, it's team number 12, team CQ. EDT has been taken down by a few more players. This means our game is on a silent mode. The game is on a silent mode because players are playing very slowly, very steadily, and it could be boring for some period of the time as well. Yeah, I guess this could be boring for a few time as well, but yes, so different teams, different players, different povs, and different fights could be seen around. And as the fight will go on, I'll request each and everyone to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates. Team ARJ, well, ARJ is still ruling on, ARJ is still going on, and yeah, it's very crucial to take on team number 10. We look towards the team in every match, but in this match, they're looking very silent. They're looking very slow, steady, holdable, silent, which is really very different to take on. And let's see for how much more longer time they'll come with that same approach and same beanie thing in this particular match. Well, on to the other end, if I look at team number 4, they're also trying to initiate some more fights. And yes, they will wait for the fight to be begin on. And similarly, there's something change, which is a new zone formation. A new zone formation looks like this, somewhat like this. And if we talk about the teams, minimum teams are there inside the zone. Fewer teams are still outside the zone, which is really very difficult. This could change the game, this could change the momentum as well. But beneath those things, I'll request each and everyone to please, guys, go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your valuable support as well. Team EGT not in a great hold, not in a great position to be maintained off, but yes, later you could get those positioning, later you could get those holdings. Stalwart Esports again coming very close to their opponents, and let's see, will they able to initiate the fight at those early phases, at this phase, because still, as I can see, 16 teams, which is a very big number according to this particular game. A lot of cluster has been seen, a lot of crowd has been developed. Between these crowd and cluster, if you are initiating the fight, it's totally risky. Well, let's see how will the teams, how will the players initiate the fights, how close they come, how will they move on, and what will be their approach as well. But I don't think so. This will be easier enough for the teams and for the players as well. A lot of repercussions, a lot of challenges could also be mentioned around the game, seen behind the areas, and difficulties could be bettered as well. But 16 teams, 58 players, coming back to the Stalwart esports, I think they're really very smart enough to get the fight. And Rozok, well, this particular area has totally been converted into a war zone, is totally been converted into a war area. So let's see how will they tackle the war area. But here's team number 16. They came here to rule above Stalwart esports, and the fight is been totally targeted out. Well, different teams at Razak, I think they are really in trouble. I think they are really in hold undoable scenarios, and things are not working uh, down the lane. Things are not working down the areas, and which could be really difficult, which could be really troubling for them as well. 15 teams, 53 players at those school region. A lot of crowd, a lot of cluster has been maintained out. A lot of challenges is been developed off. Let's see how will they take on the scenarios, how will they move on with this particular game. But yes, this is the third match of the day. After this we'll be watching the last match, which is really very important for us to be taken on. And I'll request each and everyone, guys, so please go do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream, and do show your valuable support. But typically coming back to team number 16, well, different teams, but the cause is same, to get those finishes point, to get those plays point, and get those aggression rightly under the point. And I guess this is the area where Stalwart esports will drill down, and finally they are here to rule the game. Stalwart esports made the entry, and team INC is looking now in trouble. Let's see for how much more longer time they will wait. Let's see for how much more longer time they will move on, and what will be their approach, what will be their holdings, because I don't think so they'll go with that same intensity or same movement. Challenges could occur out, challenges could be mentioned out. 14 teams of 49 players, team number 16 looking really very aggressive, looking really very tactical enough to be taken on. And team number 14 also having a great approach, also having a great scenario to be move on. Talking about Bull, well, Bull Banty G, it's my choice for the CHS. Banty G very much ready, very much aggressive for the fight. And let's see, will those need to make any connection on, or some challenges could be witnessed out again. Well, there you go, team number 3 trying to create out their banter there, and I don't think so this will be that easy enough for them. Also, a lot of repercussion, a lot of undoability has been mentioned out. And let's see, the chicken dinner is still far away. The chicken dinner is still ongoingly moving on. Bandage has been taken down. The banter is totally on the go. My low CH is the solo player standing for the team, the Lone Ranger surviving for the team. I think he has to do a lot. He has to work a lot now onwards, and the working will be really difficult also. 12 teams, 42 alive players, 6 elimination in the hand of Bulls. And let's see how will the Bulls cover out the scenarios from now onwards. Well, the task is pretty simple. The task is pretty undoable to be taken on. The task is pretty different to be mentioned of. 12 teams of 41 players. Bull, Milo, CHS is still waiting on, still going on. The fight has been totally on roll. Some amazing shots has been seen around, and this is what the game looks like. This is what the aggression looks like. 12 teams of 40 players, stage 5, and the game is being totally shifted outside the zone, because many teams are still rolling out there outside the zone to get those finishes point, to get those areas. And the question is still the same, how will they maintain that same holdable scenarios or same legacy to be maintained off. But before that, please go do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support as well. Well, systematically onto the another end, 11 teams of 35 players. Fights is continuously onto the action, and banters are continuously on the go. I think the players have now they have to be, relax a bit, see a bit, observe a bit that where should the next zone formation could be witnessed and where they could go around, because I don't think so this is that easy to be taken off. I don't think so this is that easy to be mentioned of. A lot of troubles could be seen behind the areas, but 11 teams, 34 players, team number 5 is still on the roll and trying to get few more finishes point at those different regions. But if we look at another areas, well, it's another team, it's team number 16 as well. They're also trying to engage themselves into few fights. They're also trying to engage themselves into few, banters, but will that be possible? This is the question arising. Well, looking at the current moment, 10 teams, so 30 players are standing out, and the game is totally being rolled out. The game is totally being changed out. Things are not that common enough, things are not that doable enough, but yes, if you go with that same intensity, if you go with that same hold, things could be, changed, things could be challenged, things could be differentiated. And there you go, team number 5 back in the action, back in the game. In front of them, it's team number 16 as well, trying to initiate themselves into the fight. Finally, one player has been taken down. Nylon now being the solo player standing for the team. Will be able to get those finishers point there on the right point, on the right held. But team number 16 looking in trouble, and it's one other team. Bulls are also here to get that banters, to enjoy the view and to enjoy the game. But team number 13 outside of the zone, still they are trying to create those clutter out there, and will it be possible? This is the question arising. Well, I don't think so this will be possible at all. I don't think so this will be doable at all. A lot of difficulties, a lot of challenges could be measured off, and still you have to be a little proclaimed enough, still you have to be little doable enough, because I don't think so things will go like this, the work will go like this. Repercussions are still there, challenges are still there, and let's see how will the teams, how will the players take out the repercussions and take out the challenges. 8 teams, so 20 players are standing out in the game, and yes, one by one each and every team has been below out. Team, talking about team number 21, they're also looking in a bit trouble. They're also looking in a bit holdable scenarios. Water regions could be seen around, which is a bit challenging for each and every team. Well, team number 3, still they're waiting on. Talking about team number 10, I think they're also on a good go. They're also in a good positions. 16 remaining players, 7 teams, as we can see, is still the game going on. This is the stage 6 what we were talking about, and let's see for how much more longer time they'll go with that same aggression. They'll go with that same holdings. 5 teams, 12 players, and challenges is still the part of the game. Challenges is still part of the areas, but yes, Argshama, they're still going on. Team number 8, they're still waiting on. It's Basant and Ravan. They're very much ready for the fight. They're very much ready for the hold. Multiple fights could be seen around. Multiple challenges could be seen around. Both the teams are inside the water, and inside the water, the battle is really, really very difficult for them to be taken on. Well, I'll request each and everyone to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support as well, because this is what is required, guys. Your support is very, very, very much required by us. We're in the state of the mind where you support, we can come with some for few more tournaments, few more, aggressive holds, aggressive approaches. 5 teams, 9 players, and this game is totally now for the grenades battles, heal battles, not for the gun game anymore. Shama has been taken down. Ravan, another Lone Ranger player standing for the team ARG. Let's see how will he play the game. How will he play? How will he deliver the role as well? But yes, team number 7 on a good hold, on a good position. Team number 10, even if I talk about this team, I think they're in a good position to be maintained now. For team number 7, also looking at a greater hold to be taken on. And yes, there you go, multiple fights, multiple action could be witnessed, or both the teams are in front of each other, and the engagement is really, really very fantastic to be moved on. Well, I'll request each and everyone to please go do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates. If 4 finishers point has been secured, in front of them it's another team. Raman totally, waiting on with that EMP45, getting some great finishers point, and there you go. Will that be possible? This is the question rising, but I don't think so. This will be possible at all. And a great finish point was witnessed out in front of them. It's another team. And with those grenade, I think they're trying to make some few more difference, and I don't think so this is possible at all. It's Team Soul versus Team SXX, and challenges have been secured out. EMP45, a great weapon for the close range, and at the other side it's NK14, that 0.45 ACP versus the beast onto the other end. Changes are being delivered out. It's the Lone Ranger player standing, and finally they lose the battle, and the winner chicken dinner is secured by none other than the one and only Team Soul, and a great match will typically come to an end, and this is the end, what it looks like. But before that, guys, this was not the end, because only 3 matches are over yet. Still more I'll tell, I guess 1 match is left. So please do hit that like button, subscribe the channel. We'll take a short break and meet after a short break. Till then, stay tuned and keep supporting us. Milta yells that, oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. The mic was literally off and I was casting throughout the game. But yes, I'm really very sorry. But yes, coming back to the game, this is the game of Wrangle, which is the last match of the day. Whatever I told earlier, I know you couldn't listen, but yes, I'll again repeat these things. And yes, if you haven't liked the stream, please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream. As this is the last match of the day, I'll request each and everyone to show your support. We'll be joining again with you guys and talking about the other regions, talking about the fights. Well, this is what the new fights look like. A different zone formation as compared to the first game or the first three games. A very different zone formation, and let's see how will the teams, let's see how will the players perform out and what will be the results as well. I don't think so this will be that easy, but yes, repercussions could be different. And there you go, some fights has been witnessed. Our team number 20 not looking that strong. Incoming PM has been taken down. So on to the another end, a bit tragic area, a bit difficult area to be mentioned out, but yes, you should be upholded, you should be doable and very practical with these things to be maintained. Of 20 teams, so 74 players are still going on. And yes, talking about team number 3, they're also having a good sort of source, they're having a good sort of hold, and let's see for how much more longer time they can go with that same intent and same positionings. Well, typically onto the other end, it's team number 14 looking really very strong, looking really very holded. And I think they could go with that same holdings and same approach as well. 20 teams, 74 players as I can see standing out the game. And yes, there is again few more, if I'm not wrong, glitches in the game. So I'll request guys to be, hold your seat very tight, hold your momentum very tight. We'll be, fixing out the issues, fixing out the momentums. But before that, the one and only thing, if you haven't liked the stream, please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream. Team number 20, if I talk about this team, I think they're also on a good hold, they're also on a good position to be chased on. But yes, talking about team number 13, I don't think so this is that easy enough. Kasmia, Kia Losra, LIONESSES, One Tap, Mia, all of them are 4-man standing. There you go, one more fight has been witnessed out at CAP45. A great weapon, and the blast was typical good enough. Team number 13 coming back in the role, and the game is also totally back in the role. One more fight has been chased out, but that was not that crucial enough. Different teams, different fights, action is different, but the entertainment, the source is only one. PUBG Mobile is here, presented by Liquid5 eSports. The great game and a great source of entertainment. But I'll request each and everyone to please go do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream, and do show your support. But team number 3, well, they're also trying to engage a few more fights, they're also trying to engage a few more momentums, and there you go, some amazing shots are built back to back. Well, systematically, if you look at team number 3, they're looking very aggressive enough behind the screens. There'll be a push, there'll be a support. Let's see how will that support, how will that push affect the game or affect the scenarios. But I guess things could change, things could apart. The way Kasmia is playing, I think it's really very difficult. I think it's really very challenging to put on with, and the way they played, I think that was not very easy. But yes, this is the game, guys. This is the competition. What we talk about, STALWART eSports is the other team, which can put pressure on the players, which could put pressure on the areas suspended as well. But let's see how will they take on the scenarios, let's see how will they take on the holdings as well. I don't think so this is that easy, this is that doable enough. But we have a great hold of support on STALWART eSports also. Well, beneath that, I'll request each and everyone to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates. And the way STALWART eSports is playing, I think really something different. I think really It's very challenging for the team. It's very challenging for the players as well. And let's see for how much more longer time they can go with that same intent and same progression. 17 teams, as I can see, 62 players are still standing out in the bridge block scenarios. Could also be seen around. Some more fights is being started. Let's see which are those regions where the fight is taking place. But STALWART esports, I don't think so. This is that easy enough to be taken on. Well, typically on to the other end, 17 teams, so 60 players are still standing out down the line. And yes, a great hold, a great positioning has been changed out. I don't think so. This is that doable and easy enough. Stage 1 is still very undoable to watch out and unwilling to chase out. But a news information can always change the game. A news information toward the main area can always change the game. And there you go. This is the fight what we were talking about. A great intent, a great push, and a great aggression has been so showed out. It's PP19 Bison. The weapon is truly been immense. The weapon is truly been, used very quietly. But Liquid5 esports, this time I guess they are ready for the fight. One chicken dinner has already been secured by the team, and I think they are going for the second one this time. And will it be possible? This is also a question to be chased on. 17 teams, 58 players are totally ready and totally upholded enough. Well, beneath those things, if we look at Liquid5 esports, they are totally on the roll, waiting for their time, waiting for their turn, when they will get that opportunity, to change the holdings, to change the positionings, to change the areas, to hit the right areas. But yes, I believe it's still really very difficult. It's still really very challenging for them as well to put on the, hardships, to put on the hard areas, and that to the right shift. 17 teams, 58 players is still standing out, and a lot of challenges has been mentioned out. Let's see how will they play on, let's see how will they go on. But results are not looking that way similar. Results are not looking that way upholded. Different teams are fighting with different players. Team Liquid5 esports is looking very slow, very stable right now, and I don't think they are willing to take any fight at this moment of the time. But if you look at the bridge areas, the team CQ, well, I am really very surprised the way this team is playing. They are really very aggressive, going from here to there, here and there, here and there, and it's really very difficult. 17 teams, 55 players. Stage 2 it is, and I guess the stage 2 is really very upholding and upbringing for them as well. Well, let's see how will the team number 17 tackle the scenarios out, but I don't think so. This will be that easy. I don't think so. This will be that doable enough. Challenges are pretty good. Challenges are pretty hard for them to be taken on, but they're still, willing to change the game. They're still willing to change the holdings, change the positionings, and the way they'll change, the way they'll begin, the way they'll move on. I'm still awaited to see that how they'll move on. Well, on to the other end, some amazing shots has been taken down. That to the other end, team number 10 is totally been ready, is totally been, proclaimed to the fight, proclaimed to the synergy. But I still believe this is a tougher task. This is a very, seniority task to be maintained off. Team number 10 still trying to get those back-to-back shots. If we look at the point of view of team number 19, I don't think so. This is quite difficult for them to be taken on. 16 teams, 54 players are still standing out down the line, down the roll. A bridge block, a bridge camp scenarios have been seen at two different bridges. And if I'll clear the things out. The bridges are the two different bridges, one of the Norwegian and the other of, the other of the military base region. So yes, this could be really very challenging and really really troubling for the teams. 16 teams, 34 players are still alive, and yes, this is how it goes. Team number 17 now looking in a good hold, not in a good position, but that a great sneaky shot with that M416 with that 6x, and there you go. That was typically good, but not remarkable that it could get those finishes point on the right side. 16 teams, 53 players. M416, EMP45, a great source of weapon to be taken on. But yes, the great source of weapon comes with some great responsibility. 3 men standing CQ will still struggle out in the game. Well, if I look at few more different teams at those northern parts of the region, well, I could see a few more different teams, and the areas are quietly stuck enough. Team number 19 having a good hold, I guess, having a good position. They could grab a lot of finishes point from here. Will that be possible? This is also a question rising out. Well, typically looking at team number 19, they're in a good hold, they're in a good position to be chased on, and yes, I think they could come back with that same energy and the same intensity. Will it be possible? This is also a question rising. This is also a question upholded to be taken on, but I don't think so this is that much possible. Talking about team number 9 players, they're in a good position, they're in a good hold, trying to rotate. They have to cross the bridge, they have to cross the momentum as well, but a lot of repercussions is to be faced off at the similar time. Well, team number 19 waiting steadily, waiting slowly on to the other end. It's another team, team number 10 as well. They're also looking in a good hold. They're also looking in a good trouble to be chased on. And yes, how will they come back? How they can show a good hold on the positioning? This is also a question arising. This is also a question to be chased on. A lot of difficulties could be mentioned of, but before that, I'll request each and everyone guys to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends and with your mates. Team number 10 getting in a good hold onto the other end. Team number 12 looking in a bit trouble. The revival is the first priority. Well, I don't think so it is the first priority, because team number 12, the Lone Ranger is surviving. It's Agnes looking in trouble. Difficulties and challenges has been mentioned out. Let's see how will this Lone Ranger will able to get the game. But team number 9 has finally been eliminated from the game, and team number 12 showed a good comeback from the game as well. Well, I guess the fight was not that fruitful enough for the team, but the news and formation could be a fruitful game. Team Liquid5 eSports is waiting for the past lot of time, past lot of areas they have covered. The bridges is been acquired by them as well, and a news and formation could already change the game. Let's see how is the news and formation for the players and for the teams, and it almost looks like somewhat like this. Let's see. Will it be doable for the team? Will it be doable for the players? Will it be doable for the casual as well? 12 teams, 37 players is still standing out, and a great source of bridge clash, a great source of difficulties could be seen in the areas. Let's see how will they manage those scenarios out. But yes, they're still struggling out. Pilsy now being that solo player standing for the team. A lot of repercussion could be made around. Catalin is not moving around. Ashi is that player who's a little back and forth from the team, who's just, little back and from the players as well. But there you go, team number 19. They are losing the game. The Lone Ranger, it's Anna SG surviving for the team. Let's see how will they make a comeback. But no, it will not be that easy enough. Multiple teams are facing different multiple problems from now onwards. Well, the chasing scenarios could make a role. The chasing scenarios could make a difference, I guess, but I don't think so. This is that easy enough. I don't think so. This is that doable enough. After those on the end, Liquid5 she is still waiting on a new zone formation. Could be seen around. New zone holdable scenarios could be mentioned around. But yes, the way we move on, the way we take on, and yes, this is the difference. What it looks like. This is a different. Difference what these scenarios is chased around for. A lot of repercussions is being moved on, but yes, I'll request each and everyone guys to please go to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support, because your support is really very important for us. And the way it's moving on, I don't think so Liquid5 eSports will allow any other team to get inside the areas. 10 teams, 31 players, and the game is totally under the roll. Well, on to the another round. If you look towards the team Liquid5 eSports, they're still waiting on. Not a even single team is trying to cross the zone, cross the areas. Coming back inside the zone, if I talk about the teams, STALWART eSports, I guess there's still a team which could make trouble for different teams as well. So we need to be really very careful about them as well. I think. ARG, they are again getting those finishes point. They are again getting those action onto the right areas, onto the right point. 10 teams, 31 players are totally ready for the game. Reem, Akri, and Shyama are almost ready for the areas. This is the stage 4, and STALWART eSports onto those different areas are still waiting on. Team WS2, Team 22 are very confused enough. They should cross the areas or they shouldn't. This is the question. This is the question arising, and different teams, different areas, but result is still the unusual same. But yes, let's see how will they take on the scenarios. Well, some amazing shots have been taken down, some amazing holds have been taken down, and I don't think so the fight will be that much easy. Team 22 finally responded, and they're leaving the areas, they're leaving the zone. STALWART eSports inside the zone. I think they're trying to defend the zone, but Liquid5 eSports, they should be really very quick. I think the bridge block scenarios could make a favor to Liquid5 eSports, because Team W2S just crossed the bridge and they could get those finishes point. Liquid5 eSports could get those finishes point if they wouldn't, left the zone or left the bridge block. But yes, game is been changing. Game has been troubling out. WS2 still trying to get some more finishes point. A lot of team is been coming around. A lot of fights has been rolling down, and yeah. Oh, WS2 has been eliminated, and Liquid5, I think they are in trouble right now, because zone has been totally occupied and by different teams, by different players. So in Corolla, if I talk about this particular team, I think they should also get a good hold. They should also get a good positioning from here. But if we talk about the two different teams having fight in front of each other, well, it's Liquid5 versus Corolla. Well, 7 teams, 21 players are still standing out. This is the 5th stage, and team number 21, we can see the struggle here. The Lone Ranger surviving. It's Malefica, the Lone Ranger, the savior for the team. Let's see how will she move on. Even how will Team Liquid 5 Sports move on. The zone will shrink, the game will shrink, and the fights will be just onto the next level. If we talk about the Liquid 5 esports, there you go. The fights has been sliding down. Team Liquid 5 being over commitment right now. Ashi and Zoria, the last two players standing. Let's see how will they tackle on the scenarios. But right now they have to be bit upholded enough, a bit slowed and revered enough, and still if they go with that same intent, still if they go with that same approach, things could be changed on, things could be delivered on. But I don't think so they will go with that same intent. 6 teams, 18 players are still standing out, and things are still very much difficult to be taken on. Well, Ashi, now being that a Lone Ranger surviving for the team, there are some, changes that could be proved of. STALWART eSports is still looking in a good hold. STALWART eSports is still looking in a good position to start. And there you go, Liquid 5 eSports versus STALWART eSports could be a chance that, we could see a good fight between these two teams. But this is not also that much easy. You should be very much programmed enough for the game. And Liquid 5 esports, Ashi has been taken down. Catalina now being that solo player, Lone Ranger for surviving the team. Let's see how will she conquer the game, because different teams with different approaches will get different results. 6 teams, 16 players, the game is totally under the roll, and we are getting some intense prox out result. But STALWART esports is totally on a different role. Well, if we talk about the STALWART esports, Duka is still waiting on. Wisdom, Violet, Luca. Well, they are 4 men standing right now, right here. Things are a bit occupied, things are a bit struggled off. But if we go with that same momentum, if we go with that same hold, yes, we can change the holdings, we can change the positionings as well, because 5 teams are still standing out, and difficulties has been totally rolled out, difficulties has been totally changed out. Well, it's 5 teams, 14 players are still standing down the line, down the go, and there you go, team number 7, which was totally not expected. Well, they have been taken down, they have been gone from the game, which is really very shocking for the players as well, and for the team as well, because the way they were playing, I think that was totally fantastic and fabulous to be taken on. Team number 18 looking in a good hold. Team number 18 looking in a good position to be chased on. Finally, the one player has been taken down. STALWART esports, they need to be really very careful. They were looking really very strong, and elimination from here could charge them a lot. Well, if I look towards team number 17, they're also looking in a good position. They're also looking in a good hold to be chased on, but long way to travel from here. A long hold to travel from here. Things are not getting onto the right hold and right point, but some issues, some technical issues is also been witnessed out. But before that, guys, I'll request each and everyone to please go do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates. Do show your support, because this really becomes very much important for each of us, for the management, for the team, that you show the support with the same intent and same love throughout the game. Well, looking at both the teams, so I think the game is moving really very fantastically. It's team number 21 man standing with those 4 men strong advantage. The game is literally moving very fast. The game is literally moving very fantastically, and we could see some fantastic results as well. The way they are playing, I think that was totally beautiful to watch out. But here we go, the winner chicken dinner is secured by none other than the one and only, it's team BV, with maximum number of finishers point. If I talk about 437 to 9 plus 110 finishers point into the backpack, which is a great number to chase on. And let's see how will they take on and what will be the scenarios to be moved on. But this was the last game of the day, guys. We have completed almost 4 matches for today's day. We'll be meeting tomorrow with you guys with the same intensity and same love. Till then, stay tuned, keep watching the highlights. We'll take a break for day 1 and we'll meet you at day 2 at same time, 9 p.m. sharp.